Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Speed Gaming 2. Today we have the ALTTPR Open League Season 6 Finals Game 2. Crackerito and Bumble of the Psyduck-Psychos are fighting for their lives here, as they are down 1-0, against Armlex and IB Karma of the Crystal Roller crew. Game 1 was a real nail-biter being decided by less than 30 seconds. Hopefully we get some more excitement and fun today. I am BlueLink P3, and I am joined on comms by Secretly a Sliver. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic, ready to watch all of the runners do every single dungeon in the game. No skips today.
Yep, we have all dungeons, no fancy key sanity nonsense. We have gotten underway. But first, let's credit our trackers, Ikir and Arterel, two of the very best in the business. We are really glad to have them backing us up, and we'll probably be relying on them quite a bit.
And an immediate save and quit by Bumble, whereas Karma goes and does some uncle stuff.
Alright, a couple of rupees there in the forest. That's nice to start off with. And a lamp there. A vanilla lamp, actually, in the uncle chest. So it looks like we also have a vanilla green pendant at Eastern and 2 crystals in the Light World.
Yeah, pendants still kind of matter, but it's a little less since we have to do all the dungeons anyway.
Yep. There's also the chance of the infamous required item for a pendant dungeon in GT, but we'll see about that. Crackerito picked up a bottle in Chicken House, so that'll be helpful, as it goes to Sick Kid right away.
Alright, Karma just clearing out Grandpa's closet and not continuing on to Eastern, even with that lamp in hand.
Sick Kid had half magic for us. That's really, really nice to have early on. Arm has no bombs, so he has to leave one check behind in the well for now. But Crackerito is going to give us a look at this check anyway.
Yeah, if you don't have bombs in CAC, it's usually less punishing to just drop into the well. Try to find bombs in a chest, and if you don't, then you can just drop right back in and get that one check later.
Well, we've got quite a few pieces of heart early on. Oh, look, some wet bombs in the puddle. And glove on the bottle merchant. I think Bumble had exactly 100 rupees there to pay for it. Alright, Karma is going to do bombs for Mini Moldorm Cave. Gets a nice double there on the left.
Very nice.
Very nice.
There. Sometimes the Moldorms like to be a little chaotic, but they just fell right into the line there.
Wow, so a hammer in Mini Moldorm Cave. We just need a Moon Pearl now.
Karma does need some money to get that glove, but... Oh, is Arm gonna get to buy that glove? We're a little poor here on CRC's side. Okay, it looks like we're gonna farm it up and...
Crackerito going for Houlihan, knowing he needs to get money for the bottle vendor. Arm is going to pick up some rupees here just by chance, which is going to be good for him. And we have a mirror in Ice Rod Cave. Okay, Arm is safe with the 30 rupees he'll pick up here. Bumble also going for a Houlihan.
I'm doing a lot of saving and quitting here. Wonder if he's a little confused on where to go. Oh man, glove plus lamp there is gonna... Oh man, and mirror.
Oh, that is an interesting combination of items. Yeah.
I think that's gonna put IB Karma on the mountain a little earlier than they would probably like to be.
Alright, Crackerito is continuing on into Eastern, it looks like.
Yes, this is Sea of Stars MSU. Two of our runners are actually using Sea of Stars today.
Arm used the key to get into the back towards Dark Cross and then realized he didn't have the lamp and decided to nope out of there.
So Arm knows the dark room, but I think without anything to guide him, like even you don't even want to use like 3 or 4 bombs to guide yourself like that and kind of fumble around in the dark. Karma, dude, you need 3 more.
This is slightly unfortunate for Karma.
Yeah, the Crystal Roller Crew also hasn't checked front of escape yet, so I think just leaving Dark Cross is probably fine here.
Alright, there's the glove for Karma. Bumble about to get the hammer, same with Arm. Oh, look at that synchronization. And as you predicted, Karma is heading straight for the mountain.
I'm remembering the hard way that no, you cannot hammer buzz blobs.
Alright, the map, compass, and big key have all shown up in Eastern. The first item was 300 rupees. There are 2 more.
Oh.
Oh, that was close.
Oh,
no!
Yeah. Unfortunately, but we do have a fairy in a bottle.
Oh, that is really convenient.
Had
The bomb to blow open the wall before he died.
crabs are jerks.
Oh, there's the sword in the Eastern big chest. Oh, was that Berna in Spec Rock Cave? Apparently not, or Karma just doesn't want it.
He's not going for it. Oh, it was Berna, as our illustrious tracker is pointing out. I don't know. You have Hammer. There's a reasonable suspicion that there might be a moon pearl up here on the mountain. I don't know. I would have gotten it. That's why I'm not in the league
Yeah.
finals.
And, oh my goodness, we have mitts. Okay, so we still need a moon pearl, but yeah. Okay, so Arm's going into the front of Escape. Bumble is gonna go up the mountain as well, it looks like.
You're right, chat. You can hammer buzz blobs. You'll just get shocked.
Anyway, before I got distracted by those mitts, you're gonna be going across to East Death Mountain after this. It's not like you would even go back for Berna if you didn't get it on the way up, so I'm puzzled.
Yeah, it's... Again, they're in league finals, I'm not. So... We'll see how this turns out.
Well, Crackerito also on half a heart here going for the crabs, but he has a sword to deal with them. And he is gonna survive that bomb explosion. Right, second item in Hera, just 10 arrows.
Alright, meanwhile, Arm has been in front of Escape for a bit, and I didn't really see anything in this checks, which is quite unfortunate.
Yeah, neither did I. Okay, Bumble's going for Berna. I mean, I suppose if this was the cape, that would be really questionable, but, you know, if you really don't think you're going to need invincibility and you're confident in your skills, which, I mean, these players are in the finals for a reason. I suppose it makes sense. We do have our first crystal on the board for Karma at 12 minutes. And Dark Cross is a heart container.
Ooh, Dead Rock's being jerks.
Chat saying that Spike Cave is looking really suspicious. I do agree. Not only do we have the hammer, glove, and cane, we also have half magic to make it nice and easy. Oh, but our tracker pointed out you can't do Spike Cave without the Moon Pearl. Thank you. This is why we have our wonderful trackers.
I think chat's point was that, like I said, there's reason to suspect that there's a Moon Pearl here on East Death Mountain. Oh, as Karma takes a bad death there in Spike Cave before he's able to get to Paradox.
Oh no, and he never picked up the fairy from Kakariko.
But anyway, as I was saying, I think there's reason to suspect that there is a Moon Pearl up here on the mountain, and that you will be able to do Spike Cave on your first trip up here, as long as you go and get that Berna.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yes, our diligent trackers have marked all the Dark World crystal and pendant checks. We have are 5-6 crystals at Pod and Turtle Rock, and the remaining 2 pendants at Thieves Town and Mystery Mire. Okay, so apparently Crackerito did farm up that money but never actually bought the glove until now. Alright, first look at Paradox Cave. The red boomerang, that's nice.
And
Well, there's a Moon Pearl. Moon Pearl. Wow.
Spike Cave is looking incredibly suspicious at the moment. I wonder if Karma is going to save and quit and just immediately go for Spike Cave after this. I guess Arm's there too.
So the Crystal Roller crew is a little bit ahead getting to all this stuff, but the Psyduck-Psychos know about that sword in Eastern, and Crackerito actually has it in his hand. So Karma's going to continue on with Dark Death Mountain checks, while Arm goes to start with Hype Cave.
Okay, Dark World is open, but when do you go back for Spike Cave? I mean, you're clearing the east side of the mountain. Like, if you don't do Spike Cave now, you're just isolating it.
Okay, I think that was a 10 out of 10 Hype Cave. We got Quake, Fire Rod, Book, and Cane of Samaria. Is Karma gonna go do that right now?
It looks like it.
Also, it looks like he picked up Blue Mail and a Mushroom in Super Bunny Cave, perhaps? Alright, just 3 bombs on Bombo's tablet. Arm is going to take the opportunity to go check Agina's cave while he's here. Well, just a piece of heart with Agina. Bumble using up his fairy. I don't think that was intentional. Well, maybe it was. Now he's saving and quitting. Arm can also get into Desert right now. Just 20 rupees on the ledge. But yeah, that booklet gets us in the front door. You know, actually, I like this decision, because Bumble didn't have the sword and was having a bit of a hard time getting out of Mini Moldorm Cave. And one of them needs to go do, South Dark World anyway. Crackerito can stay and do Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, he's already died once. Might as well just move on with your life, let your partner clean up all that stuff.
I didn't quite see what Arm got there, but it looks like Desert's boots locked because he saved and quit it out. Oh, it was the map. Thank you, Artero. Crackerito having some fun with the dead rocks. Okay, Karma's heading for the treasure trove in Hype Cave. Bumble did not go to Bombo's tablet, notably, or the desert area, but of course we know there wasn't anything valuable there yet. And that Quake is required to get to Turtle Rock, so that's an interesting find. We have a second sword on Stumpy.
That is very interesting because Arm can get into Turtle Rock and get pretty far into Turtle Rock right now.
In
Once
fact,
he finds that sword in Eastern.
yeah, we just need an ice rod to full clear it. We can do everything except the boss right now. Crackerito with a nice mirror dodge of that Lionel shot. Oh goodness, we have our third sword in C-shaped house, and it's 3 different runners with a fighter's sword right now.
Okay, now we can go pretty far into Turtle Rock.
Okay, Karma has the mushroom, so he's going to turn it in on his way to Catfish. Nothing exciting on this minute.
Crackerito's just gonna grab all this stuff out of Hype Cave. Oh. Nothing on Smith. Gonna leave Purple Chest. Probably just gonna full clear Thieves Town on Bumble's side. Armalix is gonna have a nice time there. He'll just be able to grab the chest and go. Unless he goes up for Skullwoods, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna get a look at Zora Ledge. Just some pocket change. Karma is woefully short on money to pay off the big fish. Thieves Town hasn't had anything exciting yet. Oh, Crackerito actually going to lose a little bit of time here, picking up the actual bombs off the Bombo's tablet. 1 letter away from being vanilla, I'll always say. Right, we do have the small key here in the maiden cell, so gotta go to the big chest. Right, Karma is our 4th runner to pick up a sword.
Yeah, that one's a little more convenient than the one all the way in the dark room in Eastern.
I must have looked away, but was that a bottle with that green potion in the big chest? Oh, Karma doesn't have enough money for dig game.
Oh no. Gonna do arrow game? Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, this
Oh,
is
please.
slightly unfortunate. Well, Arm has defeated Blind. He's going to get his first crystal and 10 arrows for his trouble. And a pendant. But we did need that. We do need to beat all the dungeons. Alright, Arm is going to at least check Bumper Ledge here. Perhaps Graveyard Ledge before going to Skull Woods.
What is Crackerito doing? Are they trying to fake Flipper to turn in the mushroom?
Looks like it. That's an interesting thing to do. He's also a little bit short of Zora money. Not that it really matters that much right now. Karma is going for the Smith Chain. We'll see if he does the purple chest as well.
Swords were in C-shaped house and in the big key chest in Eastern.
Hey, Karma picking up half magic on the way. That's a good choice.
Oh, and Stumpy. Okay, so we could have a tempered, but we don't.
Okay, so Crackerito is gonna go set up a fake flipper here. Bumble's gonna face off with Blind. Oh, Crackerito's going to ice! Okay, this is bold. I like it.
I mean, you have half magic and Cane of Samaria, and I think it's just a regular old play. Oh, and the jellies are in the magic pack. That's easy mode.
Alright, so Karma did pick up the purple chest. Bumbles defeated Blind and collected his first pendant, his second dungeon clear, tying up our dungeon clear counts. Okay, and there's the fourth bottle in Ice Palace.
Very nice use of bombs there, and on Crackerito's side, just knocked all those Pengators out. I'm not.
Yeah, it's so satisfying when it works perfectly like that. Bumble is going into this house to buy a red potion. That's some pretty obscure game knowledge.
Yeah, you're on, what, 7 hearts in green mail, and Moth doesn't always cooperate, so may as well just grab the backup.
Okay, 3 bombs, another item in ice. Chat suggesting this may have been pre-preparation for going to pod. I looked away. I didn't see what was in the purple chest. Was it a sword?
I do believe it was.
Oh, yeah, thank you. So that's all 4 swords we know about. And item number 3 in Ice Palace is just a piece of heart.
And of course, the big key is on the moth in Skull Woods, but I didn't see whether we got 2 items out of there or not.
I only saw the blue boomerang. Also, Arm is going back in, so
Doesn't look
yeah.
like it, yeah. So, since Arm left that one chest, I think maybe we got 1 item and just went for the boss to try and get the second one.
Yeah, that seems like the most sensible sequence of events. So that sword in Eastern saved Crackerito a little bit of time early on, but it's really become a non-factor now. Oh, Crackerito almost gets the Fire Rod kill on Cold Stare and gets a couple sword slashes to finish it off. And we'll get his first crystal of this race. Meanwhile, Karma is into Pod.
And of course, you have to beat Moth to go all the way back to the big chest to get your second item in Skullwoods. Thank you, video game. Very cool.
And I looked away again. I didn't see what it was.
It was a heart piece.
Oh, of course. Alright, Bumble has defeated Mothula. Did not actually need to use that red potion, after all. Arm with a very nice Samaria splash delete to get into the water here. Alright, the camper has a bow for us. That is a Flipper's locked bow.
And Karma being in Pod right now, probably gonna want that bow. Yep, and he's gonna mirror out for it.
Crackerito found the Sanctuary Heart on the Ether Tablet. Oh, Bumble, thankfully giving us our pet check. The singular arrow of destiny is waiting for us. No one's going to be picking that up.
Oh no, Karma's taking an overworld death half a heart at a time. Oh no.
I'm not sure what the reason for that is.
To warp to Link's house so he doesn't have to walk all the way to the bow.
Huh, okay. Waterfall Fairy had our second mail upgrade, which is Arm's blue mail, but yeah. Red mail for whoever else gets there, unless it's Bumble. Crackerito is gonna go into Turtle Rock. This is brave. I mean, not that it's gonna be a challenge for him, but you know, from Link's perspective, it's a big scary dungeon and you are 33 minutes into the race.
Right, well, even from like a metagame perspective, it's like you have to go all the way up the mountain again. Like Turtle Rock's the only thing that's left on the mountain, so. And you're walking in without Ice Rod, which always carries some inherent risk, so.
Okay, Karma's gonna go pick up that red mail. Still, nobody has enough money for Zora on their side. Or actually, nobody at all. Crackerito failed the hardest trick in the game, forgot he does not have the hookshot. And has to make the long ride of shame. Wait, or I just may have completely missed what happened. Never mind.
I think he did defeat the final boss of Turtle Rock, which is remembering you don't have the hook shot.
I just saw him riding around. And oh, wow, the other bow's in Turtle Rock.
There's...
Okay, my apologies, Crackerito. You were doing it correctly. I just saw him riding around with all the torches off and figured he did it wrong. So, the Crystal Roller Crew is going to have a nice surprise when they go to Turtle Rock eventually.
Our tracker pointing out you can go either way, with or without hookshot, but I'm not 100% sure how popular going the top way without hookshot is, so not very well known.
Okay, Bumble's got the purple chest and is going to get Tempered Sword. Arm is in Eastern and is going to get his Master Sword. Karma also going... Did he leave his portal here? He did! Oh, that was clever. Oh, that must have been what the map check was for earlier, just to make sure his portal was still there. That's really clever. And our tracker Ikir pointing out that was also what the Death Warp was for, instead of saving and quitting. That's some good game knowledge and, you know, planning on the fly. Alright, now both teams have knowledge of all four swords. So Arm is going to be able to clear Eastern on this first trip. Bumble's also going to Turtle Rock, presumably, to get that bow. This is a little bit unfortunate, because if you're going out of your way to get a bow, the other one was a little bit quicker. But they don't know about it, of course. Oh, we have the flute in pod. We need that for Meyer. So, thankfully, that is not locked in Ganon's tower like it could have been. Just 50 rupees there on Armos, but we get the green pendant for Arm, who will be able to turn that in right away.
Yeah, unfortunately, not a lot going on in Turtle Rock. We still have Laser Bridge here, but it's...
If the Ice Rod is here, that's huge. Oh, there's the flippers!
There we go. That's huge. So the intended first bow was indeed that one in Turtle Rock.
Well, the Ice Rod's not here. Now Bumble has to decide if he's going to go all the way to Laser Bridge for those flippers right now or not. Because I'm guessing Crackerito's going to go to Swamp.
I wouldn't go to Swamp Hookless. I would go to.
Oh yeah, we don't
Has
have
he been to Pod?
No, neither of the Psyducks have been there.
Yeah, it looks like choosing to go to Pod first.
You know, yeah, that makes sense. Crackerito's gonna get silvers right here. At least they're nice and easily accessible.
Yeah, that's just one of those times that you get to fetch with your teammate and say, "Oh man, why did we have to go all the way to Turtle Rock? We could have just gotten it from the guy under the bridge."
Yep, so Bumble is continuing on. This is actually a really interesting decision to have to make at this point. Like, if we had the hook shot, then obviously Crackerito would be going to Swamp, and then hopefully figuring out if those flippers are needed right away. But without the hook shot, you don't want to go dip another dungeon that you can't complete just after, doing Turtle Rock like that.
Right, now once Bumble gets the flippers, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go into Turtle Rock, into Swamp Palace.
I wonder, though, Crackerito's probably going to have found the flute by then. In Pod.
I think Crackerito is going to be on their way to Misery Mire by that point. So I don't know if there's going to be a lot for Bumble to check other than Swamp Palace.
Oh, I meant would Bumble go rush that flute then instead of going to Swamp, but I don't know.
I think that's a little too much follow the leader for co-op, but who knows? Anything can happen.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, this race is certainly interesting, and we've got some nice divergence. Alright, Karma's defeated Helmethor and collected his second crystal. He's out, and he's heading to Eastern. He is probably going to be our first runner to collect the gold sword if he so chooses.
Chad pointing out that Zora could have the ice rod, and I don't know why you would put that poison into the environment like that.
Well, fortunately for our runners, there was quite a bit of money in Pod.
Yes, Karma does know it's his gold sword, because Arm got that sword.
Actually, yeah, he did, that's right. He didn't go to Stumpy, did he? Right, Arm gonna make quick work of Helma here. Nicely done. This will be his 4th dungeon clear.
Blue Mail makes that fight a lot less scary. I saw him take 2 hits there, I was concerned.
Alright, so Karma's almost at Armos, and this is going to be 7 dungeons for the Crystal Roller crew combined. Meanwhile, Crackerito will bring their team total up to 5. Right. I also like this sequencing from Arm, doing the boss first and then going to the back to get the flute, and then just leave. Okay, so you appear to be right. Bumble's going to Swamp.
Without a flute, he could still go to Pod. Because the 4 warp
Oh, good point.
is the meta. Yeah, going Pod to get the flute.
And Bumble is going to get silvers. I mean, they are right here.
I'm getting bullied by that 0.
Oh, I think Garm's going to go get tempered here.
Yeah.
And then go activate the flute. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, tempered is probably one of a very few items that is worth going this far out of your way for.
You know, I'm wondering, maybe nobody's going to end up with Gold Sword. Because, you know, both teams know where all the swords are. Okay, Karma is now going to go to Zora with sufficient funds. He's come a long way from when he just had 2 digits for his rupee count and couldn't even pay for the dig game.
Being a hero pays, I guess.
Alright, Arm is off to the Mire area. And has to walk back because he doesn't have flippers. We also have Quake for Mire entrance. We can do that, but we can't do anything else without the boots or hookshot. Which, for all we know, could be right here.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just under the mat here.
Oh,
Yep,
there it
the
is!
hookshot. Yeah, there's not a lot that we haven't seen so far, so there had to be something here.
Right, and of course Zora was a scam. Was anyone expecting otherwise? No. And Karma going straight for that hookshot. Shield in Checkerboard Cave being ignored.
And a
I'm
saving
sad about
quit.
that.
Oh, because Karma's getting the hook shot and going into Mire while Arm climbs the mountain again and goes into TR. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is some really nice teamwork, splitting things up, good communication.
Yeah, well, Psyduck-Psychos is, like I said before, just kind of playing follow the leader here.
So when they both finish Eastern, they're going to tie up the total dungeon count at 7. They do have that flipper's advantage, but other than that, the Crystal Roller crew is a little bit ahead, you know, getting into Mire, and now Arm on his way to Turtle Rock.
Crystal Roller crew not doing Ice Palace probably because it's out of logic. But I mean that wouldn't stop me. That's all I'm saying. But like if you're strictly following logic, then you get the nice, because rather than going to a potentially empty ice palace, like now you can see like, okay, our only logical checks right now are Mire and Turtle Rock, so there has to be something there between the two.
Alright, Arm into Turtle Rock. He will find silvers. What would be interesting is if Karma finds Ice Rod in Mire, Arm might bail to go get it.
Right. I think it depends on how far he is in the dungeon first.
Well, there's their third shield. Arm also gets to get 4 checks here in Hookshot Cave. Yeah, that also really makes Turtle Rock seem like the right play at this time. There's the boots. We need that for desert. Ice Rod is not under the doormat. Well, I was about to suggest leaving and going to finish desert, but I think that's a terrible idea, actually, and Arm kind of agrees.
Yeah, you're up here anyway. You might as well just go into TR.
Great, Crackerito activating his flute. Alright, Crackerito off to the Mire area. This is good for the Psyduck-Psychos. Alright, Crackerito finding that hook shot. He's gonna check Checkerboard Cave, but do you go to Swamp now instead of Mire? I mean, I'm thinking...
Probably. Just from a co-op perspective, I think going into Swamp would benefit Crackerito more. Because your partner has to go and get that hook shot no matter what, and then your partner can go into Mire.
Well, Crackerito has other ideas. I mean, this also makes sense. It's not, like, a bad decision. Silvers will make Vitreous easy. The Master Sword won't really be a problem. Karma's got to be a little careful.
Arm has to be a little careful, too.
Oof.
That's the dangerous part of the Pokey, but woof, that was a mean monster there.
Oh, this is making me a little nervous on Karma's corner. But Bumble's defeated Helma and is going to get Dungeon Clear number 5, temporarily putting his team in the lead 8-7. Karma's doing really well with this nail-biting Vitreous fight. Alright, that's all Little Eyes. He's got exactly 8 arrows for the big one. Nicely done.
and making absolutely sure that that goo is deactivated.
So it just gets a small key. So that means the second item is unaccounted for still, right?
Yeah, I didn't see him go to cutscene chests. Oh, no.
And he's not going to. Okay. Right, Bumble's got the flute. Gonna go activate that and get the hook shot. Karma heading up the mountain to also go to Turtle Rock, it looks like. Oh, and get those boots, of course.
Yeah, I think get the boots out of Hookshot Cave at the very least is worth it. But I'm wondering, is Arm gonna find those flippers before Karma flutes away?
The timing's getting a little bit tight. So the Psyduck-Psychos will have to climb the mountain again to get those boots, and then have to finish Desert at least. So they've got 2 more mountain climbs at least. But if they can come back with the Ice Rod, that would be good for them, of course. And Crackerito putting those silvers to good work against Vitreous. I think Arm is gonna time this almost perfectly. There's the boots, and he's still going to pick up the other money. Oh, he was about to save and quit out. Oh, just a couple seconds difference there.
I
Wow.
knew it was gonna be close.
Oh, wow. All right, Crackerito gonna finish the water checks while Bumble goes to Swamp, it looks like. Arm gonna at least leave himself the chance of saving his portal.
But going into Ice Palace, that's not a very big chance of saving that portal.
Where is he? Well, he's going back. Okay.
I think he was going for the man under the bridge, and then he realized he already did it.
I don't remember exactly, but if you die in the Dark World overworld without having defeated Aga, do you still get to keep your portal?
Yes, but it's not gonna be easy to die on 11 hearts and blue mail in the Ice Palace overworld.
Oh yeah, in the little cage, yeah.
Jail. If the picket spawns inside, then you can do it, but again, it's gonna be super slow.
Oh, chat's got the best death warp strats. You can go back into ice, take a bunch of damage, and then go out and bomb yourself on, however many hearts blue mail. That sounds like fun. Okay, so with Bumble getting into Swamp a little early, he can check left side Swamp and hopefully determine if it's junk or not before Crackerito has to make that decision. or not.
Yeah, I think the play is the guy that's up on let's see. Rakurito. Okay, they're the same on dungeons, it looks like. So, yeah, first person in just defeats the boss. Second person maybe goes for left side, or I guess it depends on if you feel behind at this point, because you're getting to the hour mark. This is kind of where you have to, like, go over what you've done and what you haven't, and see whether it's prudent at this point to take some risks.
Well, one thing's for sure, after this game, we're going to have a lot of questions about strategic planning for both of these teams, and hopefully they can offer us some insight into, their very high-level decision-making that got them to the finals. All right, we have Argus from Bumble. All right, 1 silver arrow to the big jellyfish eyeball. And Bumble will get dungeon clear number 6, very temporarily giving the Psyduck-Psychos the lead, until Coldster's finished off at least. Arm deciding to play it safe on 3 hearts, just to use the magic refill and go to town with the fire rod. Well done. Alright, this is dungeon clear number 5 for Arm, tying up the dungeon count at 9. But Crackerito's about to put the Psyducks ahead by 1 again. The shovel's a dud.
Alright, are we gonna see Crackerito go back in for left side swamp? Yes, we are. Good.
Okay, Karma's also saving his portal if he goes to Desert and finds the Ice Rod.
We won't be able to... Does he have a book?
He should. It was in Hype Cave.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, but Bumble is going to find the boots up here. Arm is going into Swamp. I mean, after this desert clear, we will have full cleared all the dungeons available to us. Karma's on red mail. He doesn't need health. Oh, there's Bombos. That's item number 1. And the big key. That had to be there. Right, Bumble also heading to Desert. We have 3 bombs for the second item, so Desert is not the answer. Neither was Left Side Swamp, apparently. Crackerito must have been counting items because he only did one check there. So after Desert, we do have the boots checks available. Crackerito's on his way to get his boots. And Karma's going to the back of Desert to defeat Landmos.
Still rocking that one heart. I would have face tanked the Beamos a couple times to get that refill.
Yeah, if I recall, he did use his fairy, and he doesn't have another safety other than Burna, I suppose. All right. Oh, Karma doesn't quite get the one cycle on Landmo. There we go.
Oh, I believe we've seen the pedestal, and I think we saw Ether Tablet. I know pedestal is dead.
Yep. Ped was the single arrow of destiny, and Ether Tablet was Sankheart. So we got two crystals right there on Crystal Roller Crew's side simultaneously, bringing their dungeon count to 11? Yeah, 11. Okay. Right, here's Landmos for Bumble. Crackerito doing the first boots check. It is 10 bombs. And Karma's also on his way to do the same thing, just from the other side. Bumble's defeated Landmos. That's his 7th dungeon and his team's 12th. There's the Ice Rod in Bonk Rocks. That is go mode. And Karma still has his portal on the mountain. That is going to save a huge amount of time. Arm can also abandon left side swamp now. There he goes, mirroring out. So that portal save was a huge decision.
I'm not 100% sure Crystal Roller Crew had anything in the Dark World left. I think all they had was boots checks.
I think you're right, actually. Now, mind you, Karma does have to still climb the mountain again because he needs to leave to do Swamp, which would lose him his portal. Wait a second.
Yeah, I don't
Uh-oh.
know. Rip portal. Armor, please. It does end up working out because, you know, the Psyduck-Psychos are gonna have to reclimb the mountain, and do Turtle Rock again, but like he did save his portal for a reason.
Ouch. We're gonna have to ask about that. Was that a mistake or intentional for some reason that is beyond me?
He did get deadrocked trying to get to the TR portal, so I wonder if that was just, oh crap, I got deadrocked, you know, just go the safe way and go into the dungeon not realizing that that's going to kill your portal.
Yeah, it could be a muscle memory thing, because you have to hookshot across, and then maybe he just took the portal. I don't know. But that is unfortunate. Oh, Cracker Reed... no, Arm. Arm is going for the hover here. He's halfway there. 3/4. He can do it. Well done. Alright, Bumble putting those silvers to work on Vitreous. That's Vitreous down. This is going to be pendant number 3. Crackerito picking up Tempered on the way back to Thieves Town. So it looks like all our runners are going to finish on Tempered Sword. Right, here's Vitreous for Arm.
It's a lot easier with a little bit of health buffer. And oh yeah, the silvers.
Nicely done. And Karma's about to fight Trinex. So this is 12 dungeons for the Crystal Roller crew, about to become 13. Meanwhile, the Psyduck-Psychos are on 14. Yeah, 6 plus 8 is 14.
Yeah,
Desert, even go moding Desert is not that fast, because we gotta go get the small key, and then the big key, and then mirror back.
And both teams hitting go mode at about the same time, but Crystal Roller Crew just has a whole bunch of dungeons to do yet. Whereas, at least Bumble is 2 dungeons away? 3 dungeons away from just completing the seed.
Now, Karma's, of course, the only one who's beaten Turtle Rock. That is a bit of time that the Psyducks will have to match. But losing that portal was a really unfortunate loss of time.
Yeah, that was... Well, it's League Finals Game 2, like... I can't even imagine the headspace that you're in, like, in something like this, so... Sometimes you just forget stuff.
Alright, all our runners are just zipping their way through their dungeons. Right, Arm is gonna fight Lanmos. Gonna tie up the dungeon count at 14, but then the Psyducks are gonna get 2 boss kills in quick succession. Alright, that's Blind defeated for Crackerito, and Bumble's defeated Cold Stare. They're gonna get to dungeons 15 and 16.
Yeah, it was a very nice double on the last 2 puffs to close that fight out.
Yeah, all of these boss fights are being just really smooth by everyone.
Pacorito's gonna get to live every rando player's dream, which is mirror for Tower of Hera right before you go into GT.
Yeah, that's not something you want to forget to do.
Uh-oh.
Does Bumble have the Ice Rod?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
It is potentially bad.
Well, our tracker confirming that Bumble does not have the Ice Rod on his own personal tracker, meaning he probably does not have it.
Oh no. Not like this.
Losing the portal was one thing, but... Oh, he remembered. Okay,
And
thank
just
goodness.
realizing it now, yeah.
Okay, a time loss? A non-trivial time loss, but not as bad as it could have been. Alright, that is Moldorm down for Arm. This is dungeon number 9 for him. And once again, we are tied up on dungeon count.
Yeah, Karma has a couple long dungeons to get through yet, so this is still a pretty close race.
That's for sure. Quite a bit closer than it looked a couple minutes ago. Alright, Bumble making his final mountain climb for real this time. And actually, Arm is pulled ahead of Bumble now. Alright, Lanmo's down for Crackerito. No, dungeon number 8, pulling his team in the lead by 1. Alright, Bumble into Turtle Rock for real. Crackerito making his final mountain climb. Well, there isn't much to say right now. Our runners are just dashing their way through all these straight lines.
Well, what we can say is these runners are all top-notch players, and you should follow them and watch them play rando, because they're all fantastic to watch.
Yeah, as evidenced by not yesterday, the previous race and this one. Well, we have 3 runners in Turtle Rock, and Karma is beating up Argus right now. Oh, Karma doesn't quite... There we go. First try.
Yeah, Karma's part of the 40 Bonks crew, and I think he took some lessons from CJ there.
Alright, dungeon count is once again all tied up. But Arm is fighting Trinex right now. Right, Bumble is right behind Arm. And that's Trinex down for Arm LX. He's gonna get his 10th dungeon clear and put his team ahead by 1, very temporarily.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, with the length of the dungeons that Karma has left, it's not looking great for Crystal Roller Crew here.
Right, that's Trinex down for Bumble. Same thing we said about Arm. Dungeon number 10, Crystal count, and dungeon count, all tied up. We are getting some numbers in chat here. We are getting guesses for where Arm LX is going to find the Ganon's Tower big key.
Well, you already pretty much last located Ice Rod. I think it'll turn up in DM room here for Armlex.
That would be the nice thing for the seed to do.
And seeds are always nice and never have a tendency to be extremely mean, even at the end.
Alright, Bumble is entering Ganon's Tower. Three small keys in the Stalfos room. Alright, Crackerito still has to do Hera, and then he'll be joining everybody in Ganon's Tower. Alright, checks 8 through 11. Oh, hey, there's Powder. So if the key is on the left side, Bumble may have taken the lead again. Right, Crackerito has finished his 10th dungeon. There it is in Fire Snake room. That is going to be Arm's 13th check, which is what we're going by since he entered GT first.
We got a 12 or a 4. Oh, we did get a 13. Can't read that name though. The color's too dark.
Alright, we got 2 runners on the climb. Karma on his way to Skullwoods for his final crystal. And Crackerito on his way to get the big key. Arm has run out of arrows, but fortunately does not make the arrow drop there despawn.
Oh,
Not sure why. Ouch. Does
nice.
he doesn't have his fairy, does he? He used that a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Ouch.
used it on getting crabbed over in Ice Rug Cave area.
That was a long time ago. Also, Arm was not using his silvers for some reason. So Bumble's continuing to pull ahead here. And with one arrow left, Arm is trying to do a mimic clip here. Just setting things up to show off his skills, right? That's how you do things. And there they go.
Mimic's people needed it. Had to go.
He's still using his regular arrows. And he's down to 1 again.
No, you can't even use your last arrow on the switch. No, it's so slow.
Oof, he's down to 3 hearts again. Bumble's already at landmost 2, and Crackerito is neck and neck with Armalex now. Karma's got his final dungeon, and he's going to be on his way up the mountain for the final time. Arm is stopping at the safety room, makes sense, but Crackerito's going to now pull ahead. Wow, what a tight race. Armalex has dropped from 1st to 3rd in short order. Also, Bumble's still on 7 hearts. And blue mail. He never got the red mail.
Well, 7 hearts is apparently enough.
So, between all our runners, we know where all the swords, shields, mail upgrades, half magic, and powder, and bottles are. That's pretty impressive. We have not seen the cape, though.
Yeah, that was a pretty hard last locate of the ice rod for Crystal Roller Crew. And I don't know if it was hard last locate for Psyduck-Psychos, but it was close.
Oh, Bumble getting bobbled there by Moldorm, but gets the hit and the spin.
I guess Crystal Roller didn't do the one chest in Mire that has an item, but not required.
Alright, Bumble is going to be the first one to fight Aga 2. Alright, we have all 4 runners in Ganon's tower at the same time. And I don't know if that counted as a triple, but it was very nice. Crackerito on 2 hearts now. Nicely done. That's Aga 2 down. But don't forget, we gotta do Castle Tower still.
Yep, Castle Tower is still a dungeon. It's still in the game, at least for now. We'll see what...
Yep, there is a separate almost all dungeons mode where Castle Tower is not required, but this is not it. Alright, Crackerito, the second one to enter the Aga 2 fight. Armalex hot on his heels. Very nice. Crackerito is on his way to Castle Tower. Oh, spectacular triple there for Arm. Nicely done. That's Aga 2 down. He's going to go to Castle Tower as well. All right, well, so far all of our runners have remembered and not accidentally dropped in on Ganon. Tempered Sword makes this climb really, really easy, but also really satisfying. And I guess that goes for both climbs, because Karma is doing the GT climb right now. Alright, Bumble entering the second Aga fight, which is actually Aga 1. The thing I like about this sequencing is that Aghanim uses the doubles and then realizes their reliability so for the second fight, he just goes one-on-one.
Crackerito down to 2 hearts here.
Oh,
Okay,
never mind.
pick up a third.
Alright, Crackerito into the fight. And was that just 2 blue balls? I think that was the end of the second cycle. And Bumble is dropping into the Ganon fight. We are nearing the finish line.
A little slow on that trident spin. Ideally, you want to slash to the left there to avoid what just happened to Bumble, which is your sword poking Ganon and not doing any damage.
You know, the details of this Ganon fight's always interesting to me. It looks so easy, but there's quite a bit going on with the runners having to be pretty skilled at what they're doing.
Bumble showing off that we are indeed still on slow ROM. For the entirety of this league season, we have not done anything on fast ROM.
Alright, Crackerito has defeated Aga and is dropping into the Ganon fight. The Crystal Roller crew are in opposite worlds, fighting different Agas at the same time. I don't know how often this has come up before. Right, Bumble on to Phase 4. Karma's defeated Aga 2, and Arms defeated Aga 1. Bumble with the double. And can he get the double-double? Nope. Alright, here's the 4th silver arrow. Congratulations to Bumble. If he successfully crosses this bridge, he will be the first to finish.
Dorito entering Phase 4 here.
Alright, Bumble will finish in first place with an official time of 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 12 seconds. I literally just looked at it. Congratulations.
And the pig is blowing up. Barring any shenanigans, we will get victory for Psyduck-Psychos, forcing a Game 3. And it's official.
He'll finish with an official time of 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 42 seconds, just 30 seconds behind his teammate. Well done, and congratulations to the Psyduck-Psychos. Oh, Arm, that's okay. He's safe. That's good. And Arm LX has defeated Ganon. And he's going to finish in third place with an official time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 32 seconds, just 50 seconds after Crackerito. So those three were really close. And Karma is going to finish this one out, so it'll be a couple more minutes.
Alright, it looks like we are going to get some runners in for interviews here in just a few minutes. We are joined by Armalex. GG.
GG. Yeah, Karma is coming. We were playing pretty sketchily at the end there, but I think Psyduck-Psychos had us covered on route regardless of. We lost probably like 3 to 4 minutes of net time with just gross errors, but we were still covered by like 6 or so. Would have been a lot closer. Yeah. Weird seed, really weird seed with the whole like bow pinch, and we kind of came to the conclusion that bow or flippers had to be in TR. Yeah.
Yeah, there were several points where there were some interesting decisions to be made.
Yeah, the early game was really weird too, with just like the general lack of resources, just like no money anywhere. So like my CAC routing at the beginning, I know sticks out as something that went pretty poorly, but I don't think there was any way around it. And the other option is you route CAC slightly differently and abandon your glove on Bottle Vendor for a million years, which is also horrific. So.
Alright, Karma's defeated Aga 1 and is going to be dropping into the Ganon fight momentarily.
Yeah, so we both missed the 1-1 on this.
Yeah, I think both Psyduck-Psychos also missed the 1-1.
Yeah, I just the third slash time, you know what I mean. The third slash timing gets weird, and then all of a sudden you're like off on the second spin, and then there's no way to recover the 1-1 on that third position without Cape or Burna. And I don't even know if. I guess this is the last seed I'll ever play with Slow ROM, but I don't know if it's even worth turning Burna on to try and recover it. Burna is so bad in this fight.
Yeah, we were treated to that by one of the Psyduck-Psychos, actually. It was quite the spectacle.
Yeah, it's, you know, you just want to watch bats spin in a circle forever. Yeah, I don't know. Was there anything after we lost and wrapped up, I took a second to skim through and try and see whether they had fake flippered the bow off from the water checks early or not, but Karma was saying he usually does that, but you just with mirror, hammer, glove, you're like, oh well, I have stuff to do and can't just spend this time checking that one way out of the way check, and yeah, would break the cycle.
Right. Yeah, you guys got the fake flippered bow. Psyduck-Psychos' first bow was, for both of them, was the one in TR.
Yeah, there was some other awkward timing on our side. I guess, yeah.
Well, one timing that really did work out, though, was when Karma was climbing the mountain to get his boots. You were in TR. You had not found the flippers yet, and directly after Karma opened the chest to get his boots, then you found the flippers. Like, he had pulled up the select menu and was about to save and quit when you told him, no, go to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he stopped. It would have been better
for it would have been better for us if he just didn't. If I was like a second slower there, it would have been better, because then he would have save and quit, been like, well, I hope it's not the flippers, and then check the boots checks, and we would have had Ice Rod a million years early.
You know, that's actually a great point. Yeah, those were far enough apart that it didn't occur to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations to Karma. He has finished with an official time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 18 seconds.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, this has been the trend of the playoffs for us. Is me and Zaf just win entrance. I botch whatever the second mode is, and then Karma and Zaf are kind of just chilling out and playing Randomizer.
Speaking of Karma, GG Karma, he's
GG.
in booth with us.
GG's.
All right, so we have to ask. We're contractually obligated to ask. Was losing the TR portal intentional or accidental?
Absolutely not. I was like on my way over there, and then I went into the portal, and I was like, I can't repeat what I said, but I was like, I made a blunder, and he's like, what? And I'm like, you remember that portal I saved? It's gonna run. So we just lost 2 minutes.
So
Yeah,
only a minute
this-
45. It's fine.
This was a very close race, actually. There were several lead changes in the final dungeons and going up GT.
I don't know. I feel like we have to have been more than like the errors and stuff behind, just with Karma still clearing dungeons at the end, I feel like. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if yeah. With them finishing so close together, it feels like Karma was like a dungeon behind or something.
A couple, actually.
Yeah, it was really the relative length of dungeons, because you kept leapfrogging each other in total dungeon clears. But yeah,
Yeah.
then at the end it was Karma had 2 left and everyone else was on their way to GT.
Yeah.
And I could have done Season Swamp, but then I would have been, or Season Skull, but I would have been later to the Ice Rod then.
Yeah, that would have been
May have
bad.
been
That would have
okay.
still been a full like left side swamp away, and yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the only thing that would have helped us in that is if we had gotten the boat earlier.
Yeah, I before you got here, we were actually talking about this. The thing that would have helped us is if you were like 6 seconds faster to boots, or I was like 6 seconds slower to flippers, and you had already save and quit.
Gotcha.
Because then you would have just gotten the ice rod and gone right back up. Because the obvious thing to do there is just check the bonk rocks after the save and quit.
Well, because my plan, I was telling Arm this, my original plan when I was doing South Shore was to fake flipper and get just the man under the bridge. And then I pulled mirror and it just like plan went out the door.
Yep.
All right. Well, game 3 is going to be Randomizer, and I think that's definite. Do you guys know when that's going to be yet?
Nah, we'll have to talk about it. I think we might have some open time during the week, so we might actually be able to get it in before Wednesday. But we have to actually decide what Zaf can pull off with work and etc. versus their schedules.
Yep. A lot of time zones to schedule across. A lot of time zones.
Yeah, because this is going to be Bumble and Yoshi versus me and Zaf and Randomizer.
Hopefully you can carry Zaf through.
As much as my play was horrible here, Randomizer's usually a little better.
And, given how exciting and, well, mostly close the first 2 games were, I hope everyone is looking forward to a really, really close and exciting, and I need another adjective. I don't know, a very good race for Game 3 to cap off the season.
Any final thoughts from our runners here?
No. RIP Slow ROM. That's all I got.
Fair enough.
I agree. RIP Slow ROM. Thanks for doing cons with me, Blue Link. Thank you to our trackers, Iker and Artero. Give all of these runners a follow. As you saw from this race, they're all extremely good at what they do, and they will all be in Invitational League next season, should they decide to come back. I'm secretly a Sliver. Blue Link, you got anything?
Yeah, I guess we need to kill a little bit of time until the collection rate comes up for Karma. But speaking of Randomizer, which is Game 3, there is also an Randomizer tournament going on, in case you were lamenting the end of the league season. And we have 2 matches later today, which I don't have on hand right now, but they should be good, and you might want to tune in if that's something you're interested in.
There's so many tournaments going on. I think just off the top of my head, I know there's Avian Arch still going, Multi-World's going, Co-op Cross Keys is going, Randomizer.
Yeah, I've got an hour and a half to like wake up before I have to run one of those co-op cross keys with Zaf. I'm sure that'll go equally great as this one.
Well, I will say so far that's quite the difference in collection rate between ARM and the Psyduck-Psychos.
Yeah, the Psyduck-Psychos were basically like, I think it was Crackerito following Bumble most of the time, so it's not surprising that their collections are fairly low.
Oh, thank you, chat. So today at 8 p.m. Eastern on SpeedGaming, we have a Game 3 in the round of 32, and at 9 p.m. Eastern on SpeedGaming 2, we have one of the first races of the quarterfinals. And with that, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to the runners for putting on an excellent show. Thank you, Secretly Sliver, for joining me on comms, and of course our MVP trackers for doing what they do very well. We hope everyone had a great time, and we hope you tune in for what should be a really exciting and exciting Game 3.